Brown 45. Brown 45. Hot, 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 hot.
Welcome back. It's week 10 of Ball and Chain. I am joined here by the manager of Kirkland Signature, Matt Fannin. Once again, I can't seem to get rid of you. Matt, how you doing?
You know, I'm just like that cough you can never get rid of. I'm back again.
Fantastic. Matt, you gave me headlines last time. I'm told by my producers that you're here to give me the exact same thing. Is that true?
I love the headline segment. I really do.
We love the headline segment. What do you got?
Brian, my first headline when I immediately open up that Wednesday morning paper is Taysom makes some. What does he make, Brian? He makes tutties. He can throw them. He can hecking run them. He can... I saved myself. He can ride it. He can just sit on it and go inside it. He can do everything he wants. He can do anything he wants. Brian, guess what? He's a tight end. He's a tight end who's throwing the football. Brian, he's become the first player since 1964.
What are you reading off your monitor there?
1964 to throw for 10 tutties, or run for 10 tutties, and to receive 10 tutties in a career. So this guy, obviously, he has no business being a tight end. Brian, according to June 13th this year, he said, I know I'm not a tight end. So I am personally calling to Mr. James DeCamp. He needs to be adjusted. He's not a tight end. He's a quarterback. And, you know, Jimmy, I know you're listening. I know you're a logical, rational guy. I really think that Taysom Hill needs to be adjusted. He's not a tight end.
You missed the real headline at the top. You missed the real headline. Perhaps the game of the year candidate. Matt, are you familiar with the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? No. You know the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything?
Is it 42?
It's 42, which is the number that C.J. Stroud dropped on the Silly Willies this week to give him the win. Wow. Yeah. Came down to the Bills D on Sunday night. Wow. Talk about getting Florida manhandled there. It's a crazy score. John was freaking out in the group chat, and Willie's disappointed, but unperturbed, unchanged.
You know another headline that I'm reading? I'm going to speak to a specific manager right now. This is a targeted article.
A target
You know what this headline says? It says confined in 89. Brian, I don't know if you know, but 2 weeks ago, Taylor Swift re-released 1989, formerly known as the New York TikTok guy. You know what the first song on that album is? It's Welcome to New York. Like any great love, it keeps you guessing. Like any real love, it's ever-changing. Like any true love, it drives you crazy. But you know you wouldn't change anything. Welcome to New York. It's been waiting for you. Guess what? This 69-point performance from Kyle Whittingham is just crazy. You know what? He loves the game. I know he does, but sometimes you just got to take a break. It's just absurd. And my second Taylor Swift song, directed at Kyle, is none other than from 1989. It is Blank Space. You got a long list of ex-lovers. They tell you I'm insane, but I've got a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name. He's got 2 big blank spaces this week, week 10. That is the name of Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. He's got no team this week.
Love it. We love to see you out there. Great.
I have nothing else to say.
Guess what? Guess who also got a win? Or perhaps, guess who also got a win this weekend? LeBron's third leg. I don't know how this guy does it. The headline is all Allen. McCaffrey was out. He didn't even play. He didn't even play. We would think that surely, like, all right, he's going to take a loss when McCaffrey goes out. He's the workhorse. No. The Waterhouse goes out there and lays an egg. LeBron keeps getting lucky here and keeps winning these close games. And I got a message for the Waterhouse. And it's not just because I've been talking to him. It's time to trade Jamar Chase. It's time. It's time to do something with that. He's not a consistent enough producer for a team that needs to win now.
Are you saying to get rid of the Cincinnati Bengals superstar?
Yes, precisely. I'm glad you're listening.
I don't know why a manager like that would move such a stud like that.
This guy's not consistent enough. He's just not. He's just not for the Waterhouse. He needs to go out there and get another superstar.
I'm just dumbfounded. I don't know what you're on right now. How many points do you think Jamar
Chase got last week? How many points?
He got 14.
No, he got 8.
Oh, T. Higgins is completely rising. So obviously Jimmy's just off there in the corner, the happiest man alive right now, seeing T. Higgins catch a ball. Who would you trade Jamar for right now? Tell me.
Brandon
not say Devontae.
Brandon Ayuk, Golden Kincaid.
Get out of here. You're done. Brian.
What do you got?
I'm in such a Taylor Swift mood. I'm just this goes straight out to the Goobers. That the title of this headline is Vigilante Shit. And you know why? Because Chris doesn't dress for women. He doesn't dress for men. Lately, he's been dressing for revenge. Brian, he just dropped 140 and absolutely gobbled up the child killers this week. He did it without Amon-Ra. And you know this manager is upset because this team looks so much better on paper than what their record shows. That loss last week against Kirkland Signature, that Monday night performance, that's going to stick with him. And you know what? The Goobers are to the moon. Goobers to the moon.
I think everybody should be afraid of the Goobers right now.
I would be scared of the Goobers.
Pick one team to win it all, it might be them. Let's just say that.
He's got a club.
Sorry to the Silly Willies, but it might be them. I got one more headline for you before we put the newspaper away and throw it in the garbage. Guess what? It's superhero or super zero. And I think you know who I'm talking about.
This better not be a Gabe Davis reference.
Gabe Davis goes out there and lays a Gabe Goose Egg. A classic Gabe Goose Egg. He needed 17 points to win versus you. He said, I can do one of two things. I can put up 35 points or I can put up none. And he put up none. It's what he does. And it's the chance you take when you play Gabe Davis. And it's not a chance that LA Ligma FC can afford to take. Cannot.
It's just mind-boggling. If I were just Ligma FC, I think it's negligence that Gabe Davis is on that team. Negligence.
Wow. Strong words, but I don't disagree. Next up, I am joined by the manager of the Bikini Bottom Goobers, Chris Morley. Chris, how are you doing?
Brian, I'm doing great. So happy to be here. Finally on Ball and Chain. Let's get to it. I'm down to get dirty now.
We're about to get dirty because we're about to dive into some players and some managers. And I'm going to be asking you the question you're going to be asking me. Is it time to panic? Is it time to panic? We're going to start with the managers. And Chris, I'm just going to throw him right at you because it's almost just completely ridiculous that I would even say his name. The Silly Willies. Huh? Is it time to panic for the Silly Willies? Listen, hang on a minute. It's a crazy question. We thought he would have had that 1 or 2 seed locked up, getting that bye coming into the playoffs. Well, guess what? He's got you this week. Tyreek and A.J. Brown are out. Just dropped one to the Florida man. Might be 7-3. He's got to play you twice. He's got to play the Tinglers twice, which are not that great. But they're hot right now. And he's got to play Kirkland Signature, which sucks to be fair. Is it time to panic?
If I was the Silly Willies right now, I think it's time to panic a little bit. Whoa! Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because he's definitely making the playoffs. Don't get me wrong. Like, he's a guaranteed spot.
Yeah, come on now.
But winning the league, now I'm starting to question it. He's got that record now, and I just don't see some of the players being able to pull through. I think it's time to bring up the new number 1 spot, Brett Kunkel, LeBron's third leg. Now, he's been sort of under the radar most of the season, and he kind of snuck up and took that number 1 spot. So not is it time for Brett to panic, but is it time for the league to panic?
Is it time for the league to panic?
Number 1.
Do you want an answer? Because I got an answer.
Got an answer.
No, absolutely not. That man is a fraud. Watch later on in the episode, and I got numbers to prove it. That man is a fraud. Am I salty that he beat me by 0.2? No. Am I salty that he's getting all these close wins? Yes, extremely. Absolutely extremely. He just got a win last week. He put up 108 against who's he playing? So the Waddle House. Listen, they lay eggs all the time, but like he's got a great squad. It's lucky to go out there and get that. Jamar Chase puts up 8. I think he's sneaking by. And CMC was out. We just talked about that.
Right?
Ridiculous.
Like, what's going on with Chris Olave?
And he keeps
Is it time to panic on him?
Is it time to panic on Chris Olave? Will he be playing in the NFL, or will he be speeding too much and get more jail time? I don't know. I'm going to say yes.
I got one more manager for you. And this guy is a coin flip if he's going to make it into the playoffs or not. That's what the ESPN's predicting. We got the Florida man.
The Florida man.
The Florida man. He's been up in the air lately. He's got some players that either like to come out or like to go home. That's all I got to say. Alvin Kamara last week dropped 11 points. Is he on the come down? I don't know.
I think he is personally. I think he needs to make a trade for a tight end is what I'm thinking. Because the Dallas Goedert is out. He's going to be out for the next 4 weeks. Remember that guy that you dropped and then Jimmy picked up and then you traded for him and then he got hurt for you, so he's not playing for you anymore? That guy. Listen, he's 7-2, but is he really? It's Kirkland's signature. Bruh. Is it time to panic on Kirkland's signature? The man's projected 12.7 this week.
He did beat me a couple weeks ago. Nothing to panic about. Absolutely nothing to panic about. Look, he's got Jahmyr Gibbs. That's basically who carried him to the win. And don't get me wrong, he's good. He's a good running back. But David Montgomery's back this week.
He is back.
What's going to happen now?
I think Kirkland's signature's got first-round exit right on his forehead. First-round exit. That's what
he's getting in the door, and he's getting kicked straight out.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Like the MIC child killers last year. Courtesy of you.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
I got a player for you. Bijan Robinson. Where the hell has Bijan Robinson been? I'm trying to send out some search parties, and I'm sure the Tinglers are too. Where the hell has he been? Just listen to these numbers.
What is Atlanta doing with him?
I'll ask you first. Is it time to panic?
Oh, yes. It's time to panic.
Undoubtedly.
Oh, yeah, it is time to panic. Yeah.
I agree. Listen to this shit. Guess what? 11, 13, 0.3, 12, 5.9. That's your number 1 draft pick or your number 2 draft pick or like high round draft pick.
Miles Sanders? He's about to lose his job to Tyler Algier?
Dude, Tyler Algier is just better than him.
And then, so I had to bring it back really quick to the Florida man. A player that I think was a really good waiver wire for the first few weeks that he acquired him. What do you have to say about Gus Edwards?
Gus Bus? Oh, okay.
Gus the Bus.
Mm-hmm.
He dropped 20 points consecutively, but now he's on a decline. He only dropped 17 this week. Do you think it's time to panic on Gus the Bus? Or is this Gus here to stay?
I forgot to answer the Florida man, so I'm going to say yes to the Florida man, and I'm going to say yes to Gus. Absolutely. It's yes. The answer is yes.
Exactly. I just don't see this guy sticking around much longer. Like, this bus is crashing hard.
Mr. Morley, I got one more guy for you, and you might not like to hear it. Is it time to panic about Tony Pollard?
I had a feeling this one was coming. And I'm going to say no.
Oh, you're totally right. It's completely time to panic. That's complete bias there by the Goobers.
Here's all I got to say about Tony Pollard. Yes, he had a couple goose eggs of a game a couple weeks ago, but he was in the end zone last week, and he got nullified. What was he supposed to do there? Not only that, Cowboys defense, your guys are stealing all my points. What's going on? That's just not productive. There's no way that's staying out for the rest of the season.
What do you mean it's not happening? That's what they do. That's
I say Tony Pollard this week is going to drop 15 to 18 plus points.
Wow, what a big score there from your number 1 overall pick.
I'll put 2 Coors on that.
I want that nut money line to be higher. Say 20. I'll take an under 20.
Under 20?
Yes.
I'll do it. 2 Coors, under 20. Easy.
It's because it's not going to happen. Here's Tony Pollard's numbers. I got more. 9 points. 8 points. 17 points. 6.5 points. And 9 points. That's his last 5 games. 4 single-digit performances. That's not a round one talent.
All right, Brian, take it off that. I got one more player for you. I got one more special guy. I wasn't going to bring him up, but I had to just because of how he's been controlling the group chat lately and what his godly powers that bestows upon our group chat.
Oh, yes.
Is it time to worry about Gabe Davis?
Yes, it's time to... Wait, no. Let me temper my expectations. It's not time to worry about Gabe Davis. Logan needs to learn how to control him. He has not harnessed the power of the Gabe Davis yet. You know what? Let me rephrase that. If you're playing Gabe Davis, it is time to panic. I changed my whole answer. Welcome back. I'm joined here by our commissioner, James DeCamp. Jamie, how are you doing?
Oh, not too bad, Brian. You don't have to sound so happy about having me here, though.
Oh,
well,
brother, this guy
what do you say?
stinks.
It's always a pleasure having the commissioner on the show, looking so nice as he does. Thank you for dressing up.
No, I'm a man of the people, and this outfit represents that.
Mr. Commissioner, I am told that you would love to do the Boofer Boom segment. That's one of your favorites.
I love boofing, and I love booming.
That you do. Jimmy, what would you rather start with?
Let's start with the boom. Why don't you kick us off with your boom?
I would love to. I'd love to start off with my boom. Not to toot my own horn, but he is a player on my roster. He's been hot. Some might call him the best tight end in fantasy at the moment. It's Dalton Kincaid. Dalton Kincaid's going to boof this weekend versus Denver. It's already projected. It's Kincaid.
It's Dalton Kincaid.
I'm pretty sure it's
definitely Kincaid.
It might be Kincaid. No shot. It's KC.
It's Dalton Kincaid.
Maybe it is Dalton Kincaid. We'll add it in post. He's already projected 12 this week. I think he's going to get more than that. He's been steadily rising. The guy got 10 targets last week. That's unheard of. He went on. Josh Allen went to him on first down, hurt his ankle, second down, and third down.
You know what else is unheard of? The name Kincaid. Nobody's heard of that guy.
I know, he's a rookie. That's why.
Oh, I got a boom, and he's actually on your team. Austin
Shocker.
Eckler is my boom for you.
Okay, great.
I think Justin
great.
Herbert is not going to have a lot of time to throw the ball, and who's there to collect those dump-offs? Eckler. Get that PPR high, because Aiden Hutchinson is coming for Justin Herbert.
He is. He absolutely is.
That leads into my boof for the week.
Is it Keenan Allen?
Allen.
Oh, what a shocker.
Also on Brian's team. Keenan Allen is my boof because Justin Herbert won't have the time to throw to Keenan Allen. He's got to hit those short passes down to Austin Eckler. So Brian's getting, normally Eckler, Keenan Allen right here. Well, Eckler's booming. Yep. Allen's boofing.
Decent analysis there. My boof is not on the same team because I did my research. It's my Josh Jacobs is boofing this week versus the New York Jets. He's projected 16. I don't think he's going to get that. New York Jets look really good last week. Granted, the Chargers suck. But he's going to be boofing this week. Jimmy, you're a degenerate gambler.
I'm the most degenerate gambler after you.
Wow. Okay, great.
Unfortunately, the league offices have been moved to a state that does not allow online sports betting. So we're not doing that anymore, but I still give my picks.
What's it called?
It's Jimmy's Jumbo Jumble.
Jimmy's Jumbo Jumble, there it is.
I'm here to make you money. And my bets for the week, it's got a 3-leg parlay.
Okay.
First up, Minnesota Vikings money line. This is New York Saints at the Minnesota Vikings. That is
the New York Saints, you say?
New Orleans Saints.
Great.
Edit that. Cut that.
I'm not cutting that. Keep
Cut
going.
that. Nope, cut that. New Orleans Saints at the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings take the money line. The Minnesota Vikings are currently minus 2.5 or plus 2.5 against the spread. That is plus 125. You add that though with the Detroit Lions minus 3. Detroit Lions are at Los Angeles Chargers, so that stadium is pretty much going to be a Detroit home game for them.
It is. There is no home games for the Chargers. They're all
it's a sea of Honolulu blue. Chargers offensive line.
Same blue.
Yeah. Aiden Hutchinson, as I mentioned, crush Herbert. Hutchinson, boom.
Well, the Chargers offensive line is garbage anyway.
And then add into that the New York Jets at the Las Vegas Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders are plus 1.5. I am taking the Raiders.
I don't hate that.
Against the spread.
I don't hate that.
There's this thing in soccer called the new manager bounce. When you fire the manager, your team performs better for a couple of games. I am betting on the Raiders to have a new head coach bounce. These players are playing for their jobs. They want to impress the new head coach. They're going to go out there and they're going to win. Raiders against the spread. Altogether, that comes out to plus 749 for the bet.
Good. Those are good odds. Fantastic. Jimmy, thank you for appealing to our younger audience there.
Anything to help the kids get into sports betting.
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you for joining me. Last but certainly not least, I'm joined by the silly Willie himself, William Dormer. Will, how are you doing?
Doing well. Took a tough loss, but we're all right. Mm-hmm. We're doing well.
That's right. You're here to talk about the matchup of the week. You yourself being last week's loser of the matchup of the week. Tell me a little bit more about that before we get into this.
I think it's a pretty simple story. It's CJ Stroud. That fuck guy. I don't know what he did. I don't know what happened. He did it all. I mean, he 4 or 5 touchdowns, 40 points.
5.
And
42.
I will also point out, especially after watching the Bills defense, just take my win away.
This week, we're looking at the Waddle House and Chief Padawana Will. 2 teams that playoff hopes. They're both 3-6. The loser may be out of the race for good. 5 weeks are coming into play. Some coaching decisions are going to be, coming in here. The Chiefs players are out. Eagles players are out. I know you know about that. Dolphins players are out. What are we looking at here? What are some keys to this game?
Well, the first key has got to be the beer pour / apple juice pour.
The apple
Minus
juice
10 is not how you start the matchup of the week.
Nope.
Especially when it's this close. He's projected to win by 3, but with minus 10, projected to lose by 7. I'm watching that Jets versus Las Vegas game. Those running backs could really pop off.
Huge
Some
game for
mid teams.
Yep.
Those running backs could have a day. I'm concerned by the Bears' defense being involved in fantasy football.
That's a questionable pickup.
That could be something to watch. That could really bite him. Let's get to Waddle House here. He's dealing with some buys too. Waddle himself. Mm-hmm. And Swift, that's a tough loss too.
That is tough.
So we'll see how those bench boys step up.
For me, I'm looking. He wants a high-scoring Houston game with Jamar and Joe Mixon. He wants like a 60 to 61 game there. Get as many touchdowns as he possibly can. And you know what else? He needs to not play Luke Musgrave. That guy is a bum. Don't be tricked by last week where he gave you 14 on a lucky touchdown. Don't play him. Don't play him.
Packers fan, and that's questionable.
It is. You know what? I'm a Chargers fan, and Justin Herbert's going to struggle against the Detroit Lions. That offensive line stinks. Yeah, on the Chiefs side, I think Will Levis and Hopkins, they got a nice romance going on. And I think that's going to help the Chiefs a lot. That being said, Will, what do you think the final score is going to be?
Like I said, I think that Jets Las Vegas game, I think those running backs are going to have a day. I think the Chiefs are going to get it together, get that apple juice pour in there. Maybe.
I will say, it has been authorized by Mom to use beer.
Sorry, mommy.
Oh.
Sorry, mom.
Big for the young man.
Wow.
Very big for the young man.
I think he cleans up the 10 points. I think the running backs have a day. I've got the Chiefs 117, 109.
117, 109 winning. Wow. Similar outcome for me, although I think it's going to be a much lower scoring affair. I'm looking at, get this, 98 for the Waddle House. You can't trust him. Can't trust him to put up big numbers consistently. 98 to 104 for the Chief is what I'm looking at. It's just matchup based. Got a lot of tough matchups on both sides. I want to welcome everybody back here for our bonus segment. Everybody get excited. It's a bonus segment. This week, we're taking inspiration from something Mr. Fannin said last week. We're going to do a preview of the coaches panel, and I'm going to have you gentlemen playing Kahoot this evening.
Oh, wow.
Let's go.
It's going to be absolutely just fantastic. Hope your phones are charged. Can you see me? Come into Kahoot.it. Get ready to join. Loading the game pen. Can everybody see?
I can see the pen.
Oh, the music.
Listen to the music.
All right.
Oh, Jimmy, your Jimmy sucks? I thought Matt was Jimmy sucks.
No, Jimmy's Jimmy sucks.
Okay.
Yep. I'm clearly Jimmy sucks.
Jimmy the camp is Jimmy sucks. All right. We're going to start. Look at this.
Oh,
Look
shoot.
at us go. Welcome to the Kahoot.
Let's go.
You get 20 seconds per question.
It's all about speed.
Ah, no, my phone died.
Who is tied for the worst divisional record? Who is tied for the worst divisional record?
Oh, no, I probably missed that. Yeah.
Who do we got here? We got everybody. Oh, Child Killers. Guess what? And that's the right answer. Child Killers are tied with LA Ligma FC for the worst divisional record at 0-4. 0-4. Not great.
Tough scenes. That's all right.
Look at that. Come on, Willies. What do we do?
Matt starting off strong.
True or false? Josh Jacobs' current position rank is within the top 5 running backs. True or false? It's true.
What? No.
He's number 5.
There's no way.
Oh,
Isn't that crazy?
Way.
That's an incorrect stat.
Oh, look it up. He's number 5. I thought it was crazy too.
All right. Pause it for a second. I'll look it up.
What are you talking about? I did this all beforehand.
I don't believe you.
Jimmy. I'm starting it, and you better be on it. Scoreboard. Guess what? Nothing changed because everybody got it wrong. Next up, who does ESPN project to be last in our league? You know when you go to the home screen and it does the little thing with the lines? Who's number 12?
Josh Jacobs is number 4.
One person gets it with the Swifties. Swifties are projected last by ESPN.
I mean,
Who got that? Look at our commissioner, Jimmy, knowing that. Not picking himself. Great choice. Next up. Who has the most points against? We got a lot of bad teams here. A lot of bad teams. Who's the worst? Or who's perhaps the most unlucky? It's LA Ligma FC with a whopping 100 more points than anybody else. They've got 12, 22 or something crazy.
Welcome to the league.
Join the league.
The Silly Willies have yet to score a point.
Bonus segments.
What is going on?
I don't like the bonus segments.
What is going on?
Brian, I have an announcement to make. I am Jimmy Sucks.
Whatever. Who is currently rostering the lowest ranked kicker? The lowest positional ranked kicker. Who has the worst kicker?
I was just looking at this yesterday.
When did you pull this?
This was today. This is as of today.
And what's today?
It is the Florida man. Today is November 8th. It is
Everyone guessed it was Will.
With Matt Prater.
What?
It's Matt Prater. Would you believe it?
Interesting.
Moving up. Silly Willie's yet to get a point. Next one up. Which team has the most close game wins, which is a win with a difference of 5 points or less?
Who decided that stat?
That's a great question.
Oh, no, I know this one. I messed it up.
Who is it? LeBron's third leg, easily. I talked about it earlier in the episode. They've got 3. Nobody else has more than 1.
Wow.
So think about that.
I thought it for sure would be Kirkland's signature.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
Oh, no. The Goobers at an answer streak of 3.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
7 out of 10.
This is hot.
What is Calvin
wow.
position rank?
Oh, man.
We got some ranges here. What are we thinking here for Mr. Calvin?
Oh, I thought those were like subtraction stuff.
He's been up, he's been down. He's had some high scores and low scores.
Oh,
40.
I wanted to
Wow.
get that.
I didn't know it was that low.
He's
Dang.
currently 42, position ranked 42, which is wild.
Brian, I have to let you know something.
Are you cheating?
I'm not Jimmy Sucks. I'm Matt Fannin.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. You're
tight.
currently locked in
My head
battle.
hurts. I don't get it.
Will get a point. Actually, I know he's going to get a point. 8. How many points per game is Gabe Davis averaging? You're going to get another range.
But those are all so close. Jesus.
You're going to get another range here. Yep, he's currently averaging what I believe is 11.3.
How do you all know that?
Do you not have you not had the Gabe Davis stream? Have you not had the Gabe Davis stream?
You got notifications?
Let it know.
Well, you need a little bit of that magic.
Questions, all of the legitimate questions. Silly Willy has 0 points. So next
Will,
up,
how
we
did
got
you
a
not
quiz
know
here.
that?
What is the current number 1 ranked DST?
Oh, I clicked that sooner.
Oh, shit.
Guess what? You're all right.
Freebie.
You're all correct. Great job, guys. Fantastic job. And last, but certainly not least, a question that everybody should get right. Yes or no? True or false?
Oh.
It's true. Of course it's true. Everybody knows that it's true.
Oh, not everyone got true.
Everybody knows. And let's see the final standings. Who do we have? Number 3. Who knows who that really is?
That's not me. That's not me.
The Goobers.
That's me.
There it is. Obviously, the guy with the Kahoot as his phone background wins quite handily.
I'm a winner.
There you go. There you are, gentlemen.
Brian, great bonus segment.
Thank you
That was a
all.
pleasure.
Once again, coaches panel after week 11. Whoever wins that gets a +1 to their score. Very valuable. Hope you all had fun. And we'll see you next time. You have no respect. You have no respect for this league.
I do not.
Wow. Again, this is recording.
I have no respect.